What's up guys, we're back on the beaches of Rust again for another solo run. We're starting about 2 weeks into wipe on a high pop server with no BPs. This was definitely one of my craziest solo runs yet, so make sure to stay till the end because you don't want to miss it. After farming up some resources, I stumbled across a decaying base, which had scrap and other resources that would help me with my start on this server. After getting the starter down, I decided to go out with a bow to look for some PvP to see if I could snowball. Getting the pump shotgun was huge, and I used it to go and check out some of the LR shots I heard nearby. I immediately went back to my base to depot the Tommy so that I could research it. But it wasn't long before I heard more shots outside my base that I had to check out. There was way more people than I anticipated, but I went ahead and grabbed the Tommy to see if I could get back what I lost. Alright, I know what you guys are all thinking. Why would I loot the body? I had ran out of ammo in my Tommy, so I was trying to pick up the pump, but every single time I tried to pick it up, it immediately went into his inventory. So with most of my tier 2 weapons gone, I decided to start focusing on scrap, so I could start progressing down the tech tree. But I couldn't focus for very long because I heard a huge fight and I knew I had to go and try and grub. If you couldn't have guessed it already, I had to go back. This time I brought the Tommy I got from Dome in hopes I'd have better chances in getting back some of that loot. Yet again, another failed attempt, and back to square one. I noticed a raided base near me, so I decided to go over and look to see if they had any workbenches that would help me progress. Sure enough, the base had exactly what I needed. Tier 2 and Tier 3 workbenches. The only problem was that I was unable to pick it up due to there still being a TC inside the base. And at my stage in the wipe, there is no way I could break it quickly. I decided to grab some melee tools to try and see if I could hit it out, but before I could even get started, there was already other people with the same idea. After that, I took a quick break, but as soon as I came back, I ran back over to see if they had been taken yet. When I got there, I noticed that the TC was gone, but I still heard somebody inside the base. The guy who was trying to leave with all the workbenches ended up dying to fall damage while he was jumping out of the compound. Having a tier 2 and a tier 3 workbench on the first day was a huge start, and it meant that I could start investing my scrap directly into the tech tree. After getting those workbenches, I decided to start farming stone so I could put down main base. so close to a huge play, but the roof camper respawned. I didn't let it get to me. I went ahead and set down a 2x2 next to an ice lake where I wanted to build main base, and I went to Chinook crate. Heli was circling the area, so I knew there was people there, so I put on a hazy and went over to see if I could grab it myself. I successfully managed to grab the crate, which had AK and expo ammo. It was a huge step in the right direction, and after depoting, I waited for heli to leave, and then I went to go look for the guy it was locked onto. It was getting late, so I decided to log off for the night and get ready for day 2. Day 2 started off pretty normal. I went on a farm run and began to put down main base on the ice lake I wanted to live on. It already had compound walls from a previous base that lived here, so all I needed to do was put up custom gates. After getting down the core and the shell, I decided to go out and look for some PvP. I waited on the edge of bandit camp for a little bit for things to calm down, and then I went back and depoted. But this wasn't the end of my good luck spree. After using the scrap to help progress myself down the tech tree, I decided to go and mess with the roof camping clan. After stealing a few guns from the clan, I ran into a surprise on the way home. And you already know, after I depoted, I had to go mess with the clan some more. Except this time, things took an unexpected turn.
Oh my god, I just killed a full metal. Bull AK. Oh my god, his AK broke.
It was one of the most unfortunate things I had seen happen right in front of me. His AK broke and he was forced to only use the bolty. After getting all the loot back to base, I decided to make some upgrades and then throw down the 2 airdrops I got earlier. The airdrop loot was just okay, and on that note, I decided to hop off for the night. As soon as I logged on, I saw that Bradley had been taken at launch site, so I went to try and counter. While I was healing up, he managed to get away. I tried looking for him, but I didn't even see which direction he went. I went back to my base, but it wasn't long before I heard more shots happening near launch site. I set down the new auto turret, and I took a small break. When I got back, I saw that Brad had been taken again, so I went over to counter to try and redeem myself from last time. It was a close one, but I successfully managed to counter Brad. As soon as I got back to my base, I heard heli was out, so I figured I would try and take that too. There was more of them than I thought, and when I respawned, they had already left with the crates. I hadn't seen my neighbors on for a while, and I wanted to clear off the ice lake in case I wanted to expand my high walls, so I grabbed my Explo ammo so I could give them a quick base inspection. The raid wasn't very profitable at all, but the upside was that they were off the ice lake, and then after that I decided to hop off for the night. When I hopped on, I saw Chinook crate had crashed at launch site, so I went over to check it out. The crate had C4, and I recently researched rocket through the tech tree, so all I needed to do was find a target and farm sulfur. But before that, I went on a quick roam to look for some PvP. Alright, now that I had that out of my system, it was time to farm. While I was farming, I came across this active base. It sounded like they were about to come out, so I waited to see who lived here. Well, I found my raid target. And while I was finishing farming, a friend who you may remember from the last video got offlined on another server, so he asked if he could build next to me. I let him use my starter 2x2 to work out of until he got his base built. I figured he could be of help to let me know if I was being offlined, as he stays up most of the night. And right when I got back to base, Heli came out again, so I figured I'd give it another try.
I died. Oh, it's down though. Alright, let's go.
Heli gave me exactly what I needed, which was more boom. Now I definitely had enough boom to raid them, but they were offline, and it was getting pretty late, so I decided I would give them an online tomorrow. But little did I know, my base wouldn't even make it till tomorrow.
One's full dead. They're rocketing more. Damn, I need more meds.
By the time I hopped on, they had already made it into core. There wasn't much I could do. I tried spawning and running back there, but they had already won the raid. If you guys remember that island that was completely walled off with multiple bases at the beginning of this video? Yeah, well, one of those bases came and raided me. I don't know what I did to them to deserve an offline, but that was the end of my solo journey. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please consider liking and subscribing. I've got another crazy solo run video coming out soon, and I don't want you guys to miss it.
Solitude, this doesn't look like the footage from the trailer you showed in the last video.
Yeah, I know. That video just didn't end up panning out due to a lot of technical difficulties with recording. A lot of the stuff just flat out didn't record, but all of the clips that did record, I'm throwing them up on my TikTok. Make sure to follow me on that to see more awesome clips that didn't make it into the YouTube videos.